G'day folks, Jim Langers here from FX Charts with the currency outlook for the Finance News Network for Wednesday the 24th of October. It was a pretty tough session all round really today. It started off early in Europe. Some French data came out showing that business morale in the manufacturing sector was at a 2-year low. That got the ball rolling. And then of course we've got the ongoing concerns over Spain and Greece. They didn't help matters. Spanish yields headed higher today. And then when the US got in, some more poor earnings results all ensured that the equities markets were pushed lower. And this had a flow-on effect right throughout the market. The currencies, all the risk-associated currencies, they all took a bit of a turn south, and the US dollar was the main beneficiary on the day. So we've got the euro at 129.70. It's been down to 129.50. It had a mild bounce, but the pressure does look lower to me. Dollar yen is at 78.85. Briefly got up to 80 yesterday, but there's a line of sellers up there between 80 the figure and 80.10. Stop loss is probably above that, but the shorter term charts are a little bit overboard at the moment, so I think we've probably got another day of 79.70 to 80 the figure ahead of us. Cable, that took another hit, got down to just above 159. It's currently at 159.50, but the rally looks a little bit of a dead cat bounce to me, and I think there'll be plenty of sellers looking for another leg lower. And dollar Swiss, that's headed a bit higher as well. That's up at 93.25. Looking to take out trendline resistance above 93.40, which could see some acceleration higher. The Aussie, that joined in the weakness. It eventually broke down through 103. It's actually been down to 102.36, I think it is. It's about 102.60 at the moment, but it looks heavy. And of course, we've got the CPI data and the HSBC flash China manufacturing PMI later on today. So the Aussie's going to be driven largely by that. The Kiwis at 81.15, that's been down to support at 81 the figure, but once again it looks a bit heavy, and I think depending on what comes out of the CPI and the China data later on today, the Kiwi will follow the Aussie around a bit, but it does look heavy on the charts. And later on in the day we've got a fairly active session with data. We've got all the PMIs coming out of Europe and the States. There's also the German IFO, the Business Climate Index, to be watched. The ECB head Mario Draghi, he's in Germany today, justifying to the German Parliament the bond buying program that the ECB are undertaking. And then very late in the day, of course, about this time tomorrow, we've got the FOMC decision coming out of the States. So it's all adding up to what could be a fairly interesting session. So that's about it today, really, though. If you do want a more comprehensive outlook on what lies ahead, go to the website as usual, www.fxcharts.com.au. And that aside, please just remember that any outlook mentioned here is a personal view only, not intended to be used as trading advice. So that's all for today. Have a very good one, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.